Amazon has launched their own AI studio that you can use to create imagery and videos. So one of the biggest challenges that new sellers face on Amazon is often they struggle to come up with a main image that converts well. And this isn't the seller's fault. The issue is lots of new sellers use professional photographers, which absolutely is a good idea and is what I've always recommended. However, despite the fact photographers are very good at taking technically good photos, not that many of them understand why an image will perform well on Amazon versus an image that won't. So I often see sellers come to me with products that look really good, but don't convert very well. And I think we're now at the point where for the majority of sellers and the majority of products, you can get better results in terms of main images that are going to convert better versus hiring an expensive photographer. You have a lot more flexibility if you spend a few hours playing about with AI. It might even be that you get your photographer to take one core image that you can then use in AI to create lots of different variations. So I'm going to take a couple of example products into this new Amazon AI Studio to see what is possible, because it's still in the beta testing. So some of the features don't work, or from my experience, maybe I'm using it incorrectly. But just very, very briefly, discover how you can generate images, videos, and audio to elevate your advertising campaigns. Use product images from your websites, Amazon ASINs, or upload your own to generate lifestyle scenes and product displays. And I've got an awesome lifestyle photo to show you in a moment that would have probably cost somewhere between £300 to £500 on its own. And I was able to generate it in less than a minute. You can also add background music and generate AI voiceovers with 50 plus voice options, fine-tune tempo, tone, and volume. Edit video to create targeted ads, upload your assets and enhance existing content. Download your generated assets and use them for different campaigns. So Amazon's core thinking is to get us to spend more on Amazon ads, but I'm thinking to use these for your product listing. This is where you'll see the best results if your main image currently lets you down. Also, what I'm finding at the moment is that the video features of this don't seem to offer all of the bits that they are promising here. And like I say, I might be missing something, but at the moment, video functionality is quite limited. But let me take it over to aistudio.amazon.com. It's called Creative Studio. And they've got lots of examples here of content that they've put together themselves. And if you hit the Start Creating button, that's going to bring you through to an area where you can either upload images or you can select your existing product on Amazon and you can use that as the base for what you want to create. So what I did, I've taken an existing product on Amazon. This isn't my product, although I used to sell in this niche, this is not my product. So this product sells quite well. It's one of the highest ranked boot liners on Amazon. What I'm going to do for this video, I'm going to move me over to this side because a lot of the content's going to be on that side. And their main image is rubbish. Because look at the dog, the cutout on the dog. So the dog's been poorly cut out and the creases of that material. I mean, it's just a really poor image. Even the background is atrocious, to be honest. But they do well because they're cheap, and cheap products will always perform well on Amazon because there's always a certain customer base on Amazon that will always buy the cheapest product. So this is why they do well. But if they could improve their imagery, because for the most part, I mean, look at that as an image. That is just, it's just so bad. Either way, so I thought, right, let's just see if we can do something with this main image in Amazon's AI Studio, as this is kind of the journey that a lot of sellers are going to go through. They're going to say, right, my main image isn't up to scratch. Let's see if I can improve it without spending hundreds of pounds and wasting weeks waiting for a photographer to do it. So we went to the Creative Studio. I uploaded the image. I popped in a couple of prompts. I think I said, I want to change the dog. So I said, let's just change it for a brown Labrador. Because I wanted to see how well it could cut out a new dog and make it fit into the scene. And also this fabric, I wanted it to remove a lot of these imperfections. So there's always going to be a certain amount of folds. That's kind of a natural look. But this product, I personally would have ironed this product before a photo shoot. But this looks a bit rough and ready. So this was the first attempt. And I was quite happy with that. If you look, the dog, they've done a solid job of, that dog looks a lot better suited to this photo and is integrated better than that one. No doubt about it. And the creases, if you look, they have smoothed out a lot of this. So it looks a lot nicer. Like it's only, you might look at that and say, well, it's not a huge improvement, but I think it is. I think it's a decent improvement for something that took less than 60 seconds. So I thought, okay, let's say this was a new main image, but I want to focus on a particular feature. So maybe I'm working on the second image and I want to focus on the fact that this boot liner has this boot protector. So a long flap that you can unfold when your dog is jumping into the car. So I popped in a few prompts. I think I said, show the car at like a 45-degree angle with the dog on the floor ready to jump in. And this is what it came up with. And honestly, I thought that was absolutely brilliant because, like I said at the start of this video, if you hired a photographer to do this, they're probably going to have to find someone who can lend them a dog if they don't have a dog already. They've got to drive to somewhere nice, and then they've got to take the photo as well. So they're spending at least half a day on this. So this one shot alone will probably cost you a few £100. And again, this has taken 60 seconds for an image that the average customer looks at that and thinks it is real. And then I could take this, I can download this image, all of the images you create you can download. So I could take this something like Canva or Photoshop, and maybe I can put it into either an infographic with other images, or just have it on its own and put maybe some text over the top, put like a black rectangle, put an opacity on that so slightly see-through, and then some white text saying maybe full-length boot protector, so it's clear to the customer what you are communicating to them. So this for me is an example of what is possible with AI. AI is not perfect all the time, and you're going to get some very random results, as I'm going to show you in a moment. But it certainly shows it is worth taking some time to experiment and trying all of these tools, whether it's the AI Studio from Amazon, whether it's ChatGPT or one of the other ones. Certainly spend some time experimenting with them. So once I'd done that, I thought, you know what, let's try and just change this image. So I thought, let's change the dog and make it look like maybe someone that enjoys hiking. You know, I thought what a dog walker's going to want to see. So I've changed the dog, and now we've got a backpack, we've got some walking boots, we've got a lead, we've got a food or water bowl there, and some dog toys. And again, to me, I mean, it just looks real. And again, 60 seconds to generate that image. So we've gone from that. This is what we uploaded. We added the brown Labrador. We removed the creases. Then we did a lifestyle shot with a dog jumping into the boot. And then we've done another lifestyle shot with all of the stuff in the boot as well. So at this point, I thought, okay, can we take this to the next level and turn this into a video? So we've got the animate button here. And that's what I tried to do. I said, right, I basically want to take this image because I think it's better for the video. I want to show the dog jumping into the boot and then shaking off, you know, pretending it's dirty or covered in water. And it didn't quite go to plan. This is what it came up with. So I've got to show you in this view. Here we go. Let me click play. So the dog jumps in. That's gone quite well. And I thought, yep, this is going well. And then he shakes off and it's like a tsunami. I mean... the amount of water coming off that dog. I mean, look, there's even, if you watch, there's even like brown liquid starts running down the car. So AI doesn't always get it right, but sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. And then I thought, okay, let's go to a more traditional product. So salt lamps, which I cover in many, many videos. These are one of the best sellers. And again, their photography is garbage. I mean, what are you going to class this as? A lifestyle shot? Absolute trash photography, but they sell well. So the first thing I did, just upload the image into the studio, and then I thought, right, let's just try and put it into a nice lifestyle shot. Or it doesn't have to be a lifestyle, but just a nice scene. And I mean, look at that. I think that's, if you compare that to these, I mean, if I blow that up so you guys can see, that's currently what they're working with. And then someone comes along with that in 60 seconds. And again, you can download these images, you can put overlay graphics, you can make them as part of an infographic, whatever you want to do. Huge potential. And this is why I don't think you need to waste lots of money now on photographers, because AI is getting results that are photorealistic and high quality. And as a final test, I thought, right, can I animate this? Can I turn this into a video? And this time I just gave it very basic instructions. I said, show the camera slowly panning across the scene whilst maintaining the product in the center of video, and then I could potentially download that and add overlay text if I want, or combine it with other videos I'm going to generate one at a time to create maybe a 5 or 6 scene video for maybe a sponsored brands video or something like that. And this is what it came up with. It just came up with a very straightforward video of panning across the lamps. I've got a 5-second video there. I could have made it a 10-second video. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. So like I say, it's not fully flushed out yet, and I really struggle to get a lot of the other video features working, but certainly it's worth experimenting with. It's completely free. If you've got an Amazon account, you can log on and you can give this a go. You can go from that to that to that. So Give it a go. Let me know how you get on in the comments below. Now, if you're looking to start Amazon FBA, but you're not sure about all the steps, I've got a full step-by-step guide that will talk you through everything you need to do to start your own Amazon FBA business. I'll pop up a link to that video now, and I'll see you guys over there.